would you do if you run completely out of cash? What would you do if you wanna cut a dash? Polish up the shoes, throw on something fine. We don't talk about diesels, I'm running on style this time. Cruising down the boulevard, wheels gleam in the night. Beige leather interior, looking chic alright. Money's a little tight, but I'm feeling brand new. Living large tonight, no budget reviews. Blues! What do you mean I'm not getting paid for this?
Well viewers, the weather today has been somewhat unproductive. During the last video I made about half an hour ago, I got a bit drenched, and so now I look like a man who's fallen off a yacht in Kimmeridge Harbour. But never mind, we shall continue with this 2001 Volvo S40 2-litre S. I have driven two Mark 1 V40s, but never a Mark 1 S40. Obviously I own a Mark 2 S40, and this is the base model for the year, the S, which doesn't mean it lacks equipment, it just means it's less luxurious than some of the others, like the, I don't know, the SE or the CD or whatever it would be. The Mark 1 S40 introduced in 1996. It replaced really the Volvo 440 and 460, and it was built in the same plant in the Netherlands alongside the Mitsubishi Charisma, with which this shares a number of components, and I think also the Mitsubishi Space Star. It's also related to the Proton Impian or Wadger. They have the same chassis, and the engine that came with the Charisma, which is a 1.8 GTI engine, was also used in one of these, although you could also get a Volvo 4-cylinder white block 1.8, which is very confusing. This is the 2-litre version. It is an S, and yeah, it's up for £995 at LSP car sales here in Berkshire. So you can't accuse me of going over budget this time, because we are not. We are within budget, and it's wonderful. So let's see if the boot opens. Hopefully it will. There we go. Quite a nice large boot actually. Folding seats in this particular model. Let's see if we get a spare wheel, viewers. It'd be nice if we do. If I can lift this up. There we go. Yes! Spare wheel. It's a space saver, but it's there. I imagine one of these you'd get the CD changer if this car was so equipped. Don't know whether I prefer really the V40 or the S40. Not really sure. I think this is a handsome design, as so is the V40. Let's get in the back, shall we? We haven't got really the last word of luxury, because we've not even got electric rear windows in this car. And we haven't got leather seats, like the last two I tried. We've just got normal cloth seats and windy windows, but some people prefer cloth seats and windy windows. I'm not one of them, but you know, that might be you, I don't know. You're in Seabrook, it certainly is. Oh, there we go, we're actually in. I should have moved the seat, shouldn't I, in advance? Not much to say really. Did we get an armrest? I think we do. I'll have to fiddle with my other hand to get that open, but you've got matte pockets on the back of vinyl, nice comfy seats. I've actually got a rear courtesy light in here as well, which is nice. I've put my dealer plate in a nice position there. I've actually got as well, we've got little points for putting, I don't know what you put in there actually, mobile phones, Nokia 3310s, I don't know, 3310 was very popular in 2001. Just for lumbar support, which is nice. Don't get a leather steering wheel, but then it's in a base model, so you wouldn't expect that. Felt like heated seats though, which is nice. Yeah. See if I can get this armrest down, viewers. Give me a second. Right, viewers, that's just for following the seat, but it's not actually a separate armrest. We don't get one. Never mind. You can't do everything, can we? Yeah, it's still very comfortable. Very typically kind of 1990s design in here. Not the most inspiring. What we need is a bit of wooden leather, viewers. I think we would feel better, but we don't have it in this model. We do have inflatable curtain airbags though, which is it's nice. We've actually got, I think, probably 6 airbags in here. Excellent. Right, let's get into the front. Right, that's better, viewers. I've got to remember this door, the check strap's broken on it, so I'm just got to be a bit careful with it. Okay. Okay, we're in. Typical kind of older Volvo instruments, very very clear, very easy to see how fast you're going, with little gradations on it. No kind of fancy stuff in here. Heated seats, of course, because it's a Volvo. And we usually have a tape player and a CD player in one. Excellent. Now, do my secret mission documents go in the glove box? Let's see if they do, shall we? Yes! We're doing quite well today, viewers. I mean, we haven't got acres of wood and leather. We'd like a particularly beige leather interior, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. So, electric mirrors, electric front windows. There is the very familiar of the period Volvo light switch, no front fog lamps, no leather wrapped steering wheel, 5-speed manual. Because this car's for 2 litre, and the only other ones I've driven of these have been 2 litre auto, this should actually be quite fast. Looking forward to that, viewers. So we've got 12-volt socket here, the very nasty ashtray cover. Can you close off that? Yes. No cup holders, a bit slim for that. Put one in there, I suppose. Ooh, there's little gradations in there for putting tapes or CDs in there. Remember those tapes, viewers. A little storage area in the door there. A storage pocket. Apart from that, not a lot to say, really. Not really a lot to say at all. A bit like the way these drive. It doesn't tend to be very memorable because it's based on a charisma, and it has none. Oh, dear me. I've been waiting to make that joke for some considerable time. Okay, viewers, let's look under the bonnet, shall we? So, there we go. Volvo's famous 4-cylinder white block, in this case not a 5-cylinder, 4-cylinder white block, generating 134 horsepower. As you can see on the back of there, it actually does have some information about where the car was made and things. Headlight wiper action would be happening if that wasn't broken. Never mind, we can't do everything, can we, viewers? White block engines need cam belt changes very regularly. I think it's every 10 years possibly, or 100,000 miles. This car's done about 80,000. It should have a cam belt change at some point. It has not been done recently. One thing I could tell you about these 4 cylinders is that as they age, they can get a bit tappety. Particularly the low mileage ones like this can be a little bit like that. The high mileage ones, I mean, you can do what, 200,000-300,000 miles in a white block with really no problems very often if you look after them. They don't seem to have the same problem where they go all tappety. Seems to be the low mileage ones for some reason. But there we go. Other than that, yeah, they're honestly quite dependable engines. They have also a reputation that they do for a good reason. Anyway, let's take this beast out on the road, shall we? So the engines available in a Mark 1 S40 generally came from Volvo's 4-cylinder white block range. Base engine when the car was new was a 1.6 for 103 horsepower, later up to 108 horsepower. Then you have the 1.8, the white block version was 115 horsepower, later increased to 122 horsepower. There's also the 1.8 GDI Mitsubishi Charisma engine, which also had 122 horsepower, but it's 1834 cc's in capacity if you're looking at an advert and you want to know which one it is. That is not E10 compatible, it's also not oxygen compatible, so maybe not the most future-proof engine. Then we have the 2 litre or 1.9 turbos, depending on which market you're looking at. They're about 1948 cc's in capacity. One with 158 horsepower, later revised down to 155 horsepower, that's the 2 litre turbos. Then there's this 2 litre non-turbo with either 134, in the case of this car, but the early ones are 136. The crazy tyre shredding T4 models were either 197 or 200 horsepower. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Now, this car's 0 to 60 about 9 seconds, so it does feel quite fast. Other than that, as with every other Mark 1 S40 or V40 driven, there's not really a huge amount to say. The ride and handling is very, very safe. It's just very average. I don't find these cars very memorable to drive at all, which is fine. They're very comfortable and everything like that, but the steering is just very average. The ride is perfectly comfortable. Performance, depending on what engine is generally quite strong. This is a manual rather than auto. Both the 2 litre non-turbo V40s I drove were auto. This is a manual, so it is a bit faster, but other than that, there's not a whole lot to say. I mean, that might be good or a bad thing, I don't know. The Mark II S40s do drive an awful lot better than this, being based on a Ford Focus Mark II. This just, I don't know, it feels a little bit dead and a bit lumpy, but it's fine. If you were just literally driving up and down a motorway in this or something like that, it would be absolutely fine. You know, there's not much really going on in terms of the feel and the steering. It's fine. Like, you know, it's just the cars that were based on Volvo's own platforms tend to be a little bit better to drive than this. This is adequate. It's just not a driver's car by any stretch of the imagination. But that might not be a problem for you. So, the trim levels available for the Mark 1 S40 were S, like this, SE, CD, Sport, Sport Lux, XI, and XS. I think in the last year of production it was changed to something like Classic S, Classic SE, and Classic Sport. It was something like that. So viewers, should you consider a Mark 1 Volvo S40 for your hard-earned budget up to £1,000? Well, this one sadly has got some tappet issues going on, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen to this car in the future. Other than that, it's not too bad. There's a lot of grace I have for these cars, considering this one's 24 years old. And actually, this might be exactly what sort of thing that you need for your daily transportation. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again soon for some more inexpensive motoring.